Oh, you guys are a trip, boy. I love you guys. Um, Herb Robert. I've never heard of that one. Believe it or not. I think I live in a bubble sometimes, you know. I just, research and stuff right now for me is like, come on. Too many years. I need a break. So appreciate your questions again, and really love being with you always. Um, uh, Indiana Banana was here, and I think Chris is getting that up now for you. And that was a trip. He's a good dude. Those poor legs of his, you've got to fix them. And we see this all the time in here. And that's a good example of kidney failure where the medical doctors keep pointing to his venous system. And as long as they keep with that kind of understanding, then you're not going to have any kind of healing for him. And of course, he's not going that way anyway. They haven't been able to do anything for him, and he's waking up. And he doesn't, he's doing good, and it's just a great. And I thought you guys might like to see how we work here in the office when you have someone come in like that. So we thought we'd just shoot a little one. He's shot one for his YouTube site. So I'm going to try to get some more of this done. I had another no show, so that way I can have time to do these. And in a way, it's a good thing. It gives me a chance because I'm just one right after another after other. And it's like I said, I spend 2 hours. I was almost 3 hours with Indiana Banana today, and it was like, sometimes it just takes time like that to work out your case and to converse with you. But I enjoy that. I think our clients are everything to us. I wanted to make comment on this one thing, and I appreciate the thought, Alone a lot. I just love that name because I really, the alone state is an incredibly blissful state of the sense of the oneness of all life, but it is a very alone state. And there's a difference between loneliness and aloneness. And so one is always alone, and you don't have to be lonely if you look and see the oneness of all life and the fact that we're all alone. And that's how I can relate to each one of you, to your aloneness, to you as soul. So I always appreciate that. Another comment from a guy, no offense, Doc, and I don't take offense. I understand that. Giving advice, you should set a better example in terms of fitness. I know, Dr. Jensen, most of these guys are a lot worse than I am. But I'm a healer now, I'm not 100% raw foodist anymore. I go in and out of that, and you'll see me. I'll hit it again, and then you'll see it. But I'm so busy in life. It's just, and what you said, Alone a lot, it is. When you start taking on a lot of weight, I mean weight in terms of responsibility, and I understand that. So if you don't like my advice, what is this, Manila sweating? You don't have to listen. I don't really care. This is really for people that really want to learn how to heal, because I am a good healer. Just a lot of years under the pavement. You look like you're having fun on a beach where you have no responsibility. That would be great. In a cave, I can be all raw too. All right, so I want to go on and capture some of this. You guys are doing some good questions here, and I hope you're getting good use to this video. And thanks again, Alona Alana. I love you too, honey. And but I will tell you this: me strong like bear. I can work most people under the ground. Just packing on a little weight, too much nuts and junk, I guess. I don't know. But this is a lovely question here, and this is sad, sweetheart. And at 8, you had scoliosis, and you had corrective surgery for it, but she was 16. Now, this was in 1978. They put an 18-inch rod, stainless steel rod. Thanks, Drew. Pretty looking plant anyway. This is Herb Robert.
Geranium family.
Oh, geranium. Yeah, cool. I like the geranium family. Another heal law herb. I'll look at this and give you my opinion on that. But gosh, there's just so much out there we haven't even discovered yet. So many plants, and heck, we probably don't know what half the plants really do. One of your questions was if we're focusing on cells, then, and most of my formulas are for organs and glands and like, what's up? Well, each cell is a specialist. So when they come together and form tissues, like certain organs, certain glands, they're like a brotherhood. They're like a community that has a certain function. The herbs are designed really for that community, for the function and the production of whatever those cells are for. So the herbs are really specialists working with specialists. So it's cool. Outside of that, cells really are just the health of those is just a product of the two fluids. But these herbs are specifically designed for specialists, meaning those herbs are specialists themselves. Pretty cool stuff, I think. Wonders of the Supreme Being. Anyway, this 18-inch rod was a stainless steel rod. And now, this stainless steel rod broke 3 years later. Now, that's concernful that that this metal was acted upon that quick. So that is concernful. But the other thing that's very concernful with this case is that they placed 3 6-inch rods, which are now permanently fused in my spine. That scares the holy crap out of me. Because now, of course, there is always low-level inflammation. Someone asked me about that with implants. The thing that scares me is, you know, when you have something foreign in you, your body always wants it out, even if it is probably base chemistry. It gets along with base chemistry, of course, a lot better than acid chemistry. They don't do that surgery anymore, she says. It causes flat back syndrome, and I've had a lot of pain as a result. Oh, honey. Ah, the rods are now a part of me, or your body, not you, your body. In spite of all this, I went on and became a professional athlete. Good woman, go, man. And I've always remained active and lived clean. At 48, I have embraced the raw food lifestyle. Good for you, sweetheart. I didn't sleep very much and feel that urge to urinate all throughout the night. Could this be anxiety or a kidney problem? Well, yeah, I mean, to have a scoliosis, you would have to have kidney problems to begin with, because remember, the lymph runs up the back like everywhere else. It runs everywhere, and when in an acid medium, your body not only is going to lose the calcium, but one kidney is going to filter always better than another. Very rarely do you see bilateral kidneys that are the same in their health. You always seem to see one kidney weaker than the other, which makes one side of the back more tight than the other side of the back. And you'll see that pulling of the spine out, particularly in a weakened state with the parathyroid. So I would really pop on the parathyroid. Some person asked me about the parathyroid here. Outside of a parathyroid glandular, I assume that the only parathyroid herbs are really going to be the berries again, because the berries seem to be the endocrine gland herbs. I don't know. Let me see here. I think that you just keep cleaning and strengthening your body. Go after your kidneys, go after your adrenals. I'd also suggest maybe you go after your parathyroid gland and really go after that. Somehow I had an impression of pituitary here, so might look into that. Honey, give me a picture of your eyes here and let's look at that. Keep strengthening yourself up, because I don't know what else you can do to deal with this. Is keep working with this. It's bad. Sometimes when medical doctors screw up, they screw up royally. But I will say that if you start see, nothing they do is focused on causative factors, and that's what's frustrating. Is they were considering causative factors for you. Now you're now learning and growing and thinking causative factors. And I think, with working on your parathyroid, I definitely would take the Calma Plus glandular in your case for a while, even though it's a glandular. I think I'd really work with that one. And maybe C. I don't know. I made a little iridology a little analysis cheat. It's going to be probably 2 or 3 pages. Going to go through all the body. Generally, this report's 175. I thought maybe $100. I'd go through the eyes and then write a little protocol for you or something. You can let me know what you think about that. but still, I would go that way here. I would like to work this forum, Gary. I would. You could talk to Chris about that. Sometimes I'd like to open up these forums sometimes, and and maybe work with you guys in that way. Angel Light, I always love you, dear. I love your comments. Thanks, guys, for perking me up here. Yeah, the parathyroid, glandulars. Outside of that, the endocrine gland formula is the only one I think can help. Keeping in mind, we're always going after the lymph and the health of cells in that way, Thank you, Jeff, 35209. Thank you for listening, my friend. About the sinus mucus and a lot of the allergies. My eyes are so red shot all the time. That's exactly what you have to look into. Alabama Jeff. Well, Alabama, man, that's your lymph system, bro. If your whites of your eyes are always red, that's your sclerin. If all that red, that means you're very acidic. All your tissues are inflamed in your body. This means you're not moving lymph. I can tell by your picture you got to deal with your kidneys and get that sugar metabolism good and get your body healthy in that way. I think that'll be important for you. But it's just telling you got to go after your lymph system. You hit it right on the head. See what I like about you guys? You're getting smart. I mean, nobody going to fool you guys or run you into the ground or lie to you and put rods in your back and permanently fuse you to metals. Ugh. Hey, JG. Yeah, Dr. Jensen, raw potatoes. Now, I used to, raised on milk, used to get styes, and my grandmother would take a raw potato and scrape it into a 4x4 gauze, put it over the sty, and the next morning it would all pop because astringent, and you can feel a raw potato as astringent, so still starchy, but potatoes would be good raw. Outside of raw, no way, Jose. Remember that 256-year-old man? I was going to show you his painting up here. Dr. Jensen had it hanging, and when he passed, he gave it to me. And there's that 256-year-old Chinese guy. You can Google 256-year-old Chinese dude. But he claimed he never ate anything that grows below the ground, and I rarely do. I don't. My diet's about 70 to 80% raw. And then my big failing is what someone wrote on here, sweet tea. That's my failing. Grew up on it. That's my addiction. Fighting these corrupt federal judges and this stuff, I tell you what, it's enough to unnerve you. I mean, I got so angry for a while there, I was ready to exercise my constitutional rights to protect myself in any way possible. That's how bad it is. I'm well locked and loaded. It's just, we have a very corrupt judicial system out there that just, there's so much lies to the people. Let me tell you, we're just as corrupt as so many other countries. And our judicial system, it's amazing what they try to hide from you. So it unbalanced me, yeah. And it did make me put on a little bit of weight. You like the blue? Thank you, my friend. I don't know, Kathy keeps saying wear colors, and it's like, I know, but I don't know. I'm one of those old guys, I just, I don't have a lot of different clothes. I mean, I have a whole closet full of them, but I have some beautiful Indian shirts and stuff, but I don't know whether people would relate here in the office, but I love Indian shirts a lot there. Yes, without asking myself, are you a truther? I feel excited to cleanse myself and learn this. I thought I'd get more of it. Thanks, John. Thanks for your comment, my friend. I love all your comments, guys. You guys are a good support team for me. I do love that. I hope this is, and I will, this this Herb Robert. I have it here. I'll look it up and get back with you on another video. Sounds great to me. If it's an anti-cancer, tumor, oxygenator, energy giver, yeah, we'll see. Part of the geranium, yeah. I mean, we'll look at that. Take a look at that, Owen. We'll see, man. Good, looks good. I mean, I vaguely heard it, but I've just never, it's never been a predominant herb. It's just like, yeah, kind of, but kind of not, you know. It's funny how when you get so busy and you're locked in a certain way, it's just, you know, I used to just have so many stacks on my desk here of stuff. Now it's kind of down where you can't see them, but they're stacks, and the girls come in every once in a while and just clean my desk off, and it's like, well, wait a minute. But, you know, truthfully, I never get to it, and I'll get stacks of it, and it's just one thing. It's like someone asked about it, talked about they have a nature path as a friend, and they just push supplements. Nature paths, please drop supplements. That's not being a true nature path. Study naturopathy. You were taught naturopathic medicine. Oxymoron. You know, let medical doctors prescribe vitamins and minerals and pharmaceuticals and stuff like that, or let a homeopath do it. But true naturopathy, this is what we're learning, is true naturopathy at its finest, in my opinion. When you add the herbs into true naturopathy in the way we have, it becomes true naturopathy. I want to feel like I took naturopathy and made it true naturopathy with that twist in the way we use herbs as specialized herbs for specialized cells. And this pushing of supplements, it's very costly. And if you're going to spend the money in these hard times, make sure it's going right to the area you need it. Not loose nutrition. You can get that just juicing any wheatgrass or parsley or dandelion or alfalfa. I mean, there's plenty of nutrition out there. Most of you guys are getting more nutrition than most animals. Take a look at most animals. They don't overeat nutrition. I mean, look at a horse. He'll eat grass all day long. Where's he get all his nutrition? The grass. I mean, it's like we humans think more's better, and it isn't the case. It's about the four things, remember? Digestion, absorption, utilization. Don't forget that one. More naturopaths need to learn utilization, and then it's about elimination, both digestively and cellularly. It's those four things that are essential. And that's where we're all having problems, in these four areas. Plenty of people don't digest their foods well. Tons of people don't absorb their nutrition well. Almost everybody does not utilize their nutrition well because of the adrenal glands. And then most everybody does not eliminate at least cellular waste, and half the people don't eliminate digestive waste well. So there's where the problem is. Fix those things and you're off like a rocket ship into space. Yeah, you know, all this money on these going to Mars and stuff, it's like, just practice out-of-body experiences, man. It's cheap, free, it's easy to go. Yeah, you can view them another way. Jackie Doe. Thanks. You know, I do. I love all you guys. Thank you so much. I feel the same way about all you guys. I feel we're becoming a good bonded team, and we're all going to work together, and everybody's going to get their health back, and then we're also going to be traveling the stars, if you will. I love that one. Yeah, that's where it's at. I mean, you know, the body's the body, okay? I mean, there's so many fundamental laws of nature. It's real simple. It's all real simple. The real gig, as someone said here, is outside of this world. The real gig is all the levels of heaven, all the worlds. I mean, that's where the fun is. I mean, yeah, we get our bodies healthy, okay. You know, boring planet. Get that done, yes. Exciting, yes, because that leads you to the doors to the heavens. And that's the journey beyond belief, is the inner journey. I say inner, but the journey into the heavens. That's where it's all. That's it, you know. Star Child, love you, dear one. Skin therapist. Listen, this is interesting. You can help this surgeon out. Surgeon, is it? This is real easy. I love the letter you sent me from from her. From my opinion, Matt's opinion, two dermatologists' opinion, and my family's genes, it's scalp psoriasis. Okay. So poor thing had to have steroids shot in her scalp. I wonder what she felt as a surgeon like that. You know, she's not moving her lymph, and the serious problem with this is in her scalp, meaning that her whole brain head area she's got some stagnant lymph problems in that area. Remember, the skin is the body's third kidney, and she's overbearing in her lymph. It's not draining down to her kidneys like it should, so it's having to find the door, and that seems to be the weakened area of genetics that is the door. And she's got to move her lymph. She's got kidney and adrenals. She needs to hit this, get this out of her, because this is, honey, where did I park the car syndrome as she gets older. This is brain cancers or Alzheimer's or some type of dementia. I mean, you've got to get this scalp psoriasis out. It's like, okay, someone called it psoriasis. Okay, what do you do about it? We treat it. We kill it. It's acidosis in the subcutaneous tissue sitting there chewing on her. So really got it real important to help her get this out of there. She needs to learn deep detoxification and learn about her kidneys, learn about her adrenal glands and that connection. And you'll get her all cleaned around. This is more than about, she's looking for a nutritive or nutritional remedy, but this is more than nutritional remedy. This is the lymph system. This is 3/4 of interstitial fluids. This is a serious lymph drainage problem out of the cerebral areas of the head, not just the scalp. This is about the drainage of the head lymphatically. She's going to start having pressure and vertigo and equilibrium problems. I mean, you're going to see that pressure build in her head as she gets older if she's not careful. So really want to help her there, Star Child, and get her moving her lymph. That'll view these videos maybe or something so you can learn about the lymph system so you can take care of this. So we need some good surgeons out there. And she doesn't have to suffer so long, you know. I don't care where the psoriasis is. I don't care what skin affliction it is. It's an internal problem. Wish it was just on the skin. This is an internal problem, and she needs to handle this because it's a reflection of the head area, and I bet you're going to find some colon issues in her. Get a picture of her eyes, and you're probably going to find some transverse bowel issues in this person. And so, yeah, you really want to work on this case. I'll have Jennifer call you here. I just noticed you gave a phone number or something, so I'll have her. I'll have Jennifer talk to you about this. But you want to fix her right up. Show that surgeon the other side of life, right? Oh, let me see here. Teresa, one easy flow, huh? I like that, sweetheart. This must be a good friend of mine. He's the only one that's going to answer in that way. Well, you got a good story to tell, you know, even though you're a little denial there, but, you know, this girl had a tumor wrapped around her aorta. She did some radiation or chemo. It reduced it a little bit, but what you don't realize, sweetheart, is the residual kick, and you worked for me for a lot of years. Those medical doctors damaged your throat and stuff, and but you got it out. You named your daughter after Arnold Ehret. I mean, let's be real. You know what raw foods do, sweetheart, and thanks to you, I've got that roundworm. Wish it was still alive. But you hit it hard, sweetheart, and keep going there. You're just such a beautiful soul. I can't say enough about you, sweetheart. But you've got your cancer out of you years and years ago. But keep up the good work, you know. Brass balls, huh? I'd like to think that. But, you know, it's just an interesting world we live in, Master Jack. Oh, okay, here's a lovely one. Wonder Wise. Let's see here. You know, you posed a good question. Why do we crave certain colors? You know, it's amazing. I know orange is the causal world. That's the more mathematical issues of the universe. That's where you see everything develop into duality. That's where one as consciousness or as the universal mind, so to speak, that's where the formless then takes shape. After the causal world, you lose your physical shape. It's a causal world is where your bodies are formed. That's where the Akashic records are. This is where you can go and look at all your past experiences, whatever you want to call them. You can see these things. And for those who don't believe it, okay, I understand that, but if I could take you to these places, you would find something quite different. But this is the Akashic records. Many of you have heard of those. This is your whole life experiences, so it's interesting. You know, they say just before you die, your whole life flashes in front of you. How many lifetimes flash in front of you? So this is a pretty cool thing. Do you ever get a chance? What was that video by had David Carradine in it? Bruce Lee wrote it. What did I say that the other day? I'm trying to remember that. It'll come to me here in a minute, but that was a good one. And someone mentioned they found the One Giant Leap. I love that. Let me know what you think about that music. I just love that. I thought that was done well, very well. It's another, I don't know why the craving of the colors, other than it relates to your spirituality, your spiritual growth. Maybe you're working at some level now, at some level, you know, as you're growing. Also, it probably relates to different tissues in the body, different places in the body. I know the solar plexus here is the orange. Remember that lady? She was in her 70s or 80s, all wrinkled up. She had a spiritual guide or an angel light come to her and told her to start thinking of the color orange, start breathing the color orange, and start encasing herself in the color orange. She wrote a book a few years later, but she was traveling around in the 70s. She looked like she was 35 years old, and it was the orange light that was taking her back. Well, that's where your phantom limbs, that's where the Akashic body is, that's where the blueprint, if you will, of your body is. So understanding, I don't want to get too weird for you, but you know, by getting your vibration up, you're pulling yourself up into these higher heavens, realistically, and this is where you begin to see the regeneration. Truly amazing. And I just think you can also see that lady with the back that has the rods. I think that she's got to stop deteriorating and start fixing the causative problems. Move those limps. Because a lot of that could be from the continuing loss of function or atrophy and decay of the human body because you haven't fixed it. Now you're on the road to fixing it. You're learning that. Hit up your parathyroid and you'll be good. But I don't know other than those things about the colors. Another good one here is about hearing impairment, regeneration, etc., etc. This is the inherent memory loss called HAMOC because of how the middle frequencies keep lowering as I'm getting older. Well, you know, when you see things like that, suggestive, even though there's a genetic weakness, the thing that's perpetuating that genetic weakness, or acidosis, is continuing to get, if something continues to get weaker, that means it wasn't genetically weak in the first place. It means that maybe had a weakness there, but not to the level that you're experiencing. When things get worse, that means that, as I said before, there's only two sides of chemistry. Pick one. Obviously, the acid side is continuing to make you decay and go down. So, submit to you, genetics is probably your compromised ability to move lymph. Candle your ears, about 3 per ear. Get all that cleaned up. Fix up your transverse bowel. I would also do upper circulation and brain and nerve. Always use those two when you're thinking it's a neurological decay. Or anything related to that, the upper circ, going to push blood everywhere. At the same time, remember, lymph is where you see the decay of something, the breakdown of something. It's not the blood, it's the lymph where you see the continuing decay and the breaking down of tissue. And so that, I submit to you, is probably more what I see in your case there. The upper, this is from Sweden. The upper circuit is going to empower the blood flow to these areas. The brain and nerve is going to empower the neurological aspect of that. And lymph is going to clean the sewer department, the system that's breaking it down. And you can't help but win. So you'll be good, Sweden. Hit it hard, dig deep into the body, work on that colon, GI tract, work on the lymphatic systems, work on the adrenal glands, and on and on and on. Ishkaila? I like to know how you pronounce that. Like I said, I didn't do well when it came to spelling. The mammograms. Yeah, try thermographies. But you know what? If you have fibrocystic breast, you feel a lump, what's happening? Acidosis, sewer system, lymph system, get those kidneys working and clean them out, and don't ever worry about it. We're the only species that walk with so much fear. We got to go have ourselves checked all the time with dangerous diagnostic equipment and stuff like, or we play with all these wands and stuff like this, and like, oh, okay, and going down that road again, you know. Man seems to find simplicity too easy. I don't. I think simplicity is good. So, sweetheart, good. Thank you for that input, too. I'm doing my best here to help you guys, and you guys are doing well. Don't hurt yourselves. I think it's ridiculous to have to hurt yourself just to find out if you have something. That's crazy. This question's about hypothyroidism. I've seen this question before. It's 511 Harriet. Hey, Harriet. What do you do when you're working with your thyroid? Your thyroid, if you work with the glandulars, do you take off your levothyroxine or levothyroxine? And the other question, which I think is good, what you said is, when my thyroid is back to normal, do I continue the formulas for life? Heck no. I mean, this is about getting things healthy. And letting them be healthy. You know, in a healthy state, how many animals do you see carrying around supplements or taking, you know, sad that we're even there where we have to deal with it. I do see them eating the herbs, though. How interesting is that? But they're fresh. Like one of the guys here, is it JG, or one of them just sucking down the raw herbs? Could be Owen Fox. Look, more power to you. Fresh, raw. Man, like I said, I used to eat daisies, dandelions, sassafras. Oh, sassafras is bad for you. How many people eat sassafras in the woods? I mean, there's nothing like fresh sassafras tea. It's great. It's a blood purifier. But on the FDA, you know, oh, God. But. What you want, what I would do if it was me. I can't tell you about your pharmaceuticals. Not my field, obviously. By law, it'd be, you know. But if it was me, certainly if I'm taking a glandular that's making my thyroid tissues work better, and my thyroid as a whole is working so much better, and I'm producing plenty of T4 and calcitonin, I'm going to find that my synthetic T4, levothyroxine or Synthroid or whatever, even Armour, I'm going to find that that's going to be too much for me, and my heart will probably start racing if I'm taking too much of something for the thyroid gland. So maybe I need to cut down on the stuff I know is weakening my thyroid, and it's not really making my thyroid work better, which wouldn't be the glandular. And so then I would be titrating. I'd be coming off of that crap, and I'd be taking the glandular to replace it. And then after I feel pretty good, I'm detoxing, I'm cleaning myself up, building myself up, I would come off the glandular the same way. I'd come off every other day. How's my basal temperatures under my arms? Do I feel good? Energy? Do I feel cold? No, I feel nice and warm. Good. Then you're done. You don't have to take any of them anymore. Isn't that cool? See, so you want to use a glandular to get off of any synthetic crap. Who would want you to stay on, even the FDA, who would want you to stay on something that weakens you and then in the long run has dangerous effects? I can't imagine that. So this is why these glandulars are really, really good at helping people that have been on these kind of hormones and stuff. And that can get the whole gland healthy again. And once tissue's healthy and your diet's moving lymph, then everybody's good. Everybody's good. Then it's Get rid of the supplements, get rid of it. But I don't believe in supplements anyway. That's a bad way to do it. Herbs are, you're always going to have herbs once in a while just to clean the body up. Do you detox once a year or something? Yeah. But while you're in focus, really hit that focus and go deep. Because this is like me. Now I'm in the teaching mode. And sometimes you can't always be in all the different focuses at once. Put me in a cave, hard for you to outstrict me. But I'm not in a cave, and, you know, just like Alone Alada, we're out here fighting, and we're fighting so you can get this information. I don't expect some of you to know that. I don't expect some of you to realize that a lot of us lived in a lot of turmoil. Look at Richard Schultz. They actually arrested him. Came close to me several times. But, you know, jailed plenty of them, and many of us disappeared. So living under those kind of stressors are interesting, and then, you know, when your federal government knows you know you're onto their schemes, that's not fun either. These friggin' crooks. Yeah, too bad your friend is pushing supplements. Let her view these videos. If she wants to be a true naturopath and truly reach into the deeper levels of cure and remedy and gets to the top of the mountain, tell her to review these videos and become a better naturopath. No offense to her. Nick, my man, go to Kola. Love it. One of my favorites, Astragalus and Guatacola. One of my very favorites. I love it. Brain, nerve regenerator. Love it. I think it's a proteolytic. I think it's an incredible systemic strengthening adaptogen, but I think it's a powerful brain and nerve rebuilder. I love it as a brain and nerve rebuilder. Yes, Nick. Go forth and conquer. I do. I love that. Thanks, Thomas, Kenny, and JG. What do you got, man? Oh, yeah. I know you guys are talking to each other, huh? Well, let me see here now. Oh, Trisha. 1111. Is that your dog? Cute. Big ears. I had a golden retriever that was part chow. I swear to God, we were always conversing together. Great dog. We walked miles and miles and miles. I'm a walker. I walk for miles and miles, and always had my dog with me. Yeah, I'm going to have a pill that neutralizes the acids immediately. Yeah, amazing. I know. All right, if our bodies are simply made, I already answered that one. Yeah. Specialized cells, specialized herbs. What do you think of that? You know what? I've answered this about the fermentation already. Kefir, I would avoid that one like the plague. Kraut, okay. If you got to have fermented foods and you like them or you crave them, particularly, I'm repulsed by them. But if you crave it, maybe there's something in there you want. But to make it, it's up to you. You know, if you have to be in the kitchen. Cut me up a bowl of fruit and leave me alone. Give me a knife, a fork, a bowl, and just some fruit, and I'm done. I don't go to all this trouble fermenting all these foods and stuff. Plus, you know, fermentation is part of the death process. So you're eating dead foods one way or another. And I don't know. It just never was appetizing to me to eat dying foods. I like living, vibrant, healthy, robust, color, flavor, sweet fruits. And, yeah, and Wigmore said a lot, but so what? Wheatgrass, okay, but again, a lot of us are definitely alfalfa freaks. I think the alfalfa, if you had wheatgrass or alfalfa and you said, Robert, pick one and that's what you had to have the rest of your life, it wouldn't be wheatgrass, because alfalfa is so much more of a powerful plant. So much more nutritive, very powerful plant. So I'm in favor of the alfalfa over the wheatgrass, but, you know, high chlorophyll. But don't stick me on an island with vegetables. No way. Man, you'll be craving fruit in the first couple of months. Remember, I get them from the Hippocrates here all the time, just craving their fruits, just craving it. No kidding. Your body's wanting what it needs. This was an interesting one about the family who didn't vaccinate. Of course, they didn't do anything with their kids on the healthy foods or anything, and so they got swine flu. Well, if they weren't going to eat healthy, nature was going to help them. You know, the flu's just cleaning you out. Doesn't matter what they call it. It's just detoxifying you. Yeah, some people have died, but you know, I wonder really when you see cases like that, they probably died from the treatment of it. Very few people die from the flu, no matter what level it is. It's a detoxification. And I see all these people wearing their little masks and stuff. Oh my God. But you're right. They could have treated this with herbs, parasite M, lymphatic, and a kidney would have cleaned them right up. But instead, nature had to come in and do some house cleaning. Well, man freaks out. You know, they caught something. Well, they were good culturing mediums. You know, and so that's the point. Now they should have a natural immunity to it, really. But it's not what we're trying to be immune to microbes. We got to refocus and think about culturing mediums and about the acid lymph. This is where the real causative problems are. And then you clean your body out because it isn't the swine flu's just that's a detoxification. What about the cancers and the decay and the atrophy? That's what you're walking up to if you don't clean the medium out. Really, they needed to detoxify themselves. And even if they caught the flu, why not just detoxify their bodies? Now they have a natural immunity and you took care of the culturing medium. Because if you don't detoxify yourself, nature will. I love that one. Oh, yeah. Pagali one. Thanks for the comment. It's so true. Andre Burish. Which one did you like, my friend? I think I've just about caught up here. I've still got a stack of them, but my time is coming. I've got to check and see what all I got to catch up with out there. Oh, good. I found a good way to get rid of the alcohol in your herbs. Boil some water in a pan, turn off the heat. When the water boils, put the herbs in a glass and put the glass in the pan and leave for 5 minutes. Then mix your herbs with a bit of water juice. Most of the alcohol, well, yeah, it's a good way. Yeah, I'm cool with all that. Yeah, I mean, do what you have to that way, but I love those herbs, don't you? I mean, I love herbs. They're just so great. Just to look at a plant just turns me on. It's just great stuff. The only relax. Okay, I know you're getting a lot of messages, but this is meaning a lot to me. Okay, I'll answer this one for you, my friend. I have a skin disease that is known in the medical world as keratosis pilaris. Jeez, how far does this name go? Rubra facilla. I have very red cheeks and I flush certainly often and easy. I also have little bumps all over my body, but the redness is mainly in my face, although there is some in my knees and ankles too. I believe this can be cured naturally. What do you recommend? Thank you for your time. Anytime, my friend. Anytime, man. Well, I think you got a serious skin disease that's probably going to terminate. No, man. All right, so I want all you YouTube viewers right now, fix this guy up. What are you going to do to him? Bring the rectal insertion tubes and bring, yeah, you could wheatgrass implant this guy. But what are you going to do? What's going on here? Skin, third kidney, right? This is the lymph system. Oh, but wait a minute, it's up here. No, wait, it's down here. Systemic lymphatic stagnation. That's another word you could write down. Systemic lymphatic stagnation or constipation. It's like interstitial lymphatic constipation. Same thing, man. Listen, you got to move your lymph, bro. Get your kidneys filtering, get your adrenals back on, move your lymph, and all this flushing, all this acidosis, all this redness, all these pimple-like things will be gone and never come back again. If you get into some good sweating, good, it could make it look a little worse for a while, but it'll certainly open up that skin. But that also is telling you you're not filtering through the kidneys like you should. So this is a big warning to you to fix those kidneys now and get those adrenals pumping there and get those kidneys turned on and move your lymph. See how it's head, but also see how it's legs. Also clean up the bowels too, because you don't know how much this transverse bowel is involved in this head lack of filtration. So really get to move your lymph, and you'll be cleared yourself right up. But get on the fruit. Detoxify yourself deeper and deeper and deeper. Does anyone know where you get the glandulars he's mentioning? Well, we have them here. You can Google glandulars online. We use most of them are physician-based, but we use Standard Process, which is kind of middle of the road. A chemist used to work for them, which is Enzyme Process. They're much stronger. You have the old Nutridyne company, which I years ago used Nutridyne. I think they're now Progressive Labs. I use Progressive Labs now. There's Atrium. So there's all kinds of companies out there. Our staff doesn't have time to keep up with all this and see which is better over another. So we find and work here clinically which ones are stronger over another one. But again, everybody's uniquely different too. So there's nothing perfect out there. It's just everybody's working toward the one goal, and that is to get you well and happy and healthy and get your joy back. That's really what it's about. My husband's been on a raw diet for nearly 6 months. He is battling liver failure. He has Hep C. Is in a stage 3 failure. Now, does that show what's the liver enzymes, alkaline phosphatase? Let me know about that. It's okay. You can liver loves to repair itself, but what's the problem? What's the liver? A bunch of cells, and when you have a bunch of cells, what do you have? The two major fluids, right? So this is the lymphatic problem in the liver. If you have a viral load or not, that's here nor there. If he's breaking down the liver, that's acids doing it, and that'll increase the liver enzymes and alkaline phosphatase. Then, detox is going to move the viruses out, but they're just there for the weakness of the cells. It's the acidosis in the liver and that's going to also tell me that he's got some colon issues as well. So you're going to use the liver formula, you're going to clean up the colon, and you're going to move the lymph through the kidneys and adrenal connection. This is a case where you would add the liver formula, but you would definitely keep focusing on the GI tract here. Chances are he's a little malabsorbed. He's got some pancreatic issues with this. He would be most grateful. Yeah, man. Heather, absolutely. Honey, detox that man of yours. Get him on those fruit and clean out that liver. Use the liver formula, like I said. Move that lymph. Get those kidneys, get those adrenals out. I'll do 2 kidney formulas, 2 lymphatics. Make it 1 lymphatic, 1 capsules. That's going to give a little more pull on the liver. Do the liver gallbladder formula at the same time. You can use the parasite in, but this is a viral issue. But it isn't a viral issue causing liver failure. It'll be the acidosis causing liver failure. Viruses are just like antigens. They're going to be needed in an immune response. If he's having an immune response, again, that's a breakdown of the liver tissue. You're going to be looking at his liver enzymes and stuff. So you can let him know where that is. But no matter what, this is the direction you want to go in, whether it's Hep C, cirrhosis, liver cancer. Just go like it's liver cancer. Go like there's no tomorrow. And he'll be okay. You'll have a man there. Let me see. You just answered and talked about my email. Ooh, I feel famous. Yeah. Go, man. Thank you. You're amazing. I appreciate it, too. Me freaky. Sorry about that. If I don't want to invade anybody's space here, so I apologize here. I just grab these and go. I mean, I actually came to work today to relax. I worked so hard this weekend, it was unreal, so I had to come to work to take a break. That's pretty bad. Oh, man, melons, fruits, smoothies. Man, you guys are getting... See, when I get done reading these, I'm craving a smoothie. We live in a cattle town. Anybody making good smoothies around here? We need a smoothie shop. Except you go up here to the Smoothie King, but I'm talking fresh organic smoothies. And you got to be careful in some of these shots because they put protein powders or they put some kind of milk. It's like, what? That's not a smoothie. Greens, putting greens in a smoothie, huh? Yeah, edible greens like dandelion. Yeah, you're kicking butt, man. Owen Fox, man. You guys are kicking butt. I just love it. It reminds me when I was young, that power you have to put stuff in there when you're young. You get older, you just don't care as much, especially for this world, you know. So you guys are amazing to me. Anyway, my time's almost coming to an end. I'll finish these up probably tomorrow and try to see if there's any new ones that I need to address, but I'll go over these tonight. I had plenty of time to do this today for you, and I'm just so happy to do it. I love it. And I hope you like what Chris put up in terms of what an appointment would look like, kind of like. Wanted to show you Indiana Banana's legs, pretty gnarly, but we see that all the time here. Or they're ballooned real big, the decay of tissue and stuff, and real important. So Indiana Banana, love you, bro. You're going to be fine. Wife, you take care of yourself, Susie. And everybody get on board. Your daughter, you need to do that too. Everybody get on board and have fun. I mean, even if you do, you know, most good, you know, I mean, nothing's perfect out there. Don't think you have to be so perfect that you're not going to do the program because you have to be too perfect. If you do half of it, you know, always take baby steps if you have to. Just take some steps. No one's asking you to be perfect, and I don't live in that world, obviously. And if you look at the attitude you get if you're not careful, you know, I don't want to be there. I want to stay as humble as I can, and I don't want to come back to this planet. So, you know, you all take care of yourselves, and I love you very much. And you all have fun, and I'll get back to you next couple of days anyway. Thank you so much for viewing these videos. Thanks again. Have fun tonight. Bye-bye now.